Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today, I will present our result from the research. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Isalam Syabana, and today I'm also bring my students. There is Sudarman, Suzan, and also Nurul Aulia. Okay, make it short. Let we begin. The title of the title of our research is about good to great effect. Okay, first we uh, first I want to tell you about investing or investment. Investment is the activity of someone who took their money to invest in capital market in Indonesia or another country, and the purpose of the investing is to get profit, right? But from the data from the ministry in Indonesia, the effect after pandemic is a lot of the increasingly people would take the investment in capital market. Of course, also it also happened in Indonesia, but the problem is not all the not all from the investor is already know about how to take the good company to their investment. So by this research, we are dragged from the concept from Jim Collins, one of researchers in USA, and his research about good to great effect. It means there is a lot of company in this world. There is a good or bad company, but in a lot of good company in there is some company is going to be great. It means some of them not just a good company, but they also be a great company. So the question is how to find out how to identify the sign of good to great effect in the company. Jim Collins said that the first things that we can see the indicator of the good to great effect is we can look from the stock return from the company. Okay, I think you can see in the graphic that we show in our presentation when it's when the company being a good to great effect, they will increase the stock return consistently increasing in the long time. They are going hike. Okay, now we can take this concept, we can drag this concept to our country in Indonesia. Now our team our team research choose one of the company. There is BCA Bank. I think we already know as the Indonesian people, we already know that BCA is the biggest private bank in Indonesia. So the question is, we have to evidence, we have to prove that is that BCA or affected as the good to great company effect. So to prove that, we have to take some testing, and this in this research we have three tests to see or to prove that BCA as the good to great company affected. Okay, first, before we talk about about the methodology gitu ya, how to prove that, I want to tell you about some theoretical that we have to know. First things, we will see about the fundamental from the company. Fundamental, it means we can see the fundamental from the company by see their financial report that the company already publish every years, and we will use it at least in 5 years recently. And then not only that, we not only compare by itself from BCA year on year by itself. Example 2020 compare with 2021 and 2019, and also and so on. But we also compare it with another company that we think that's the same sector from BCA, and also they have the big size too. So we choose three another bank. There is Mandiri, BRI, and BNI. Okay, we will compare it in the fundamental sector or indicator. The second, we will compare in stock return from our BCA as the sample, the main sample, with another three banks. And the last, we will test it in innovation of product. Okay, our methodology in this research also, of course, it will be quantitative research, and our data is from secondary data. Okay, now we have to discuss about the result. Okay, the result you can see in the table. There's the recapitulation of the fundamental from four company: BCA, BRI, BNI, and Mandiri Bank. From the table, we can see BCA is the biggest market cap from the others. Okay, that's the first. And then if we see from the composition from net assets versus liabilities, we can see that BCA is also a great company because they are very healthy. The short the short liability is not be a big problem for BCA. But if we see in another, okay, the concept of the comparative between asset and liabilities, it's mean the liquidities. In accounting, we call it liquidities. How to pay their short liabilities instantly gitu ya. Okay, BCA is very good company, and I think from the fundamentally BCA is clear that's a great company from others. Second, if we see from the stock return, also we can see that BCA is a good company. It's a great company. If we look from the others, okay, first we can see the BCA bank stock return. In this graphic, you can see from we start in 2008. After 14 years, BCA increased 800 than before from the first. So in investing, we have to concept from the expectation from the investors to get profitability. There is the first is from dividend and second the capital gain. And if we see the graphic, it's clear BCA already get 800% capital gain from the first until now. And then in the last, if we see from the product innovation of course BCA is one of the most innovation bank in Indonesia. And for to make it more scientific, we also compare it with the Bread King concept. Bread King is one of the book writer, and then his make book title is Bank 4.0. Bank 4.0 means the bank's going to be digital, and BCA also we also already know BCA is one of the digital bank in Indonesia. Not only that, BCA have a good culture in their company. Their push their employee to make a good habit or a good competition to create and innovating from their own product. Because from the three testing we already done, we can say the conclusion is BCA proof as the one of the company was get the good to great effect. The indicator is we can see from the fundamental. Fundamental is very good for itself, and also if we compare it from another bank. Second, we can see from the stock return, BCA already got increasingly in 14 years old. In 14 years, it already get increased 800%. And the last, if we see from the innovation of product, BCA is already very good and excellent in the innovation of the product. They are going to be digital bank and so on. I think that's all from me about our presentation today. I hope you can understand about this research, and I hope this research can be a good suggestion to newbie or to the new investors to take their investing in a good or a great company like BCA and take it for a long time. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thanks for your kind attention. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.